poll. Now you guys should see my screen, yes? There we go. Okay. All right, thanks for telling me. Okay, hold on just a sec. All right. Now I'm going to record us. I'll post this online later if you need to see it again, okay? All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to the training, everybody. Tonight we're sharing tips on how to add your Google AdSense ads to your blog. And I'm going to do real-time example with you on a blog of my own to show you how it'll all work and some of the nuances that you're going to want to know about, okay? So let's get right in. I'm here on Google AdSense. So it's google.com/AdSense. That's the web address. The site in question that we're going to be adding ads to tonight is this albionstrawberry.com. If you don't know, this has been our test site from the beginning. It's a site all about growing and cultivating your own strawberries. That's the topic. That's the niche, okay? And I want to add ads to this site. I've got an approved AdSense account. And if you haven't got an approved account, our video last week showed you how to do that. We've got our main pages on our site. We're ready to go. We're ready to add AdSense on, okay? So I'm going to log into my AdSense account. Google.com/AdSense is where I am right now. I'm going to sign in here at the top right. And it has me log into my Google account, which I'll do. And this takes me to my dashboard. Okay, can you guys all see my dashboard all right? It says estimated earnings, finalized earnings, current balance, etc. You guys see that? Okay. Yeah, the font is a little small. I should probably just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this better. There we go. Now you see the font a little bit better now? Yeah, there you go. Okay. So here we are. We're on my dashboard, okay? And it's going to show you at a glance sort of what kind of money you've made so far. It says today so far I've made $0, yesterday $0, last 7 days, okay? Current balance, it shows you how much you've made in your account or that you're yet to be paid off or paid out on recently, right? So what's interesting is I've got $1,126.96 in this account. I can have Google transfer that money over to my account. I think the rule is, I can't remember exactly since it's been a little while since I started this, but I think you have to have a balance of at least $100 before they'll pay out on this. So you earn up to a certain level and then you have them pay out. So so recently on this account, this is an older account. It's a separate account that I'm using to kind of show you guys. This has $1,100 worth of earnings that I could transfer out of my account if I wanted to. I don't really do much with this AdSense account. I just kind of let this go and churn slowly. It's on a few of my different websites. I have an AdSense account or different AdSense accounts for different websites, like I was telling you guys earlier. But what's cool is you can have one AdSense account that works for all of your sites, which is something I learned recently. So you guys should create one AdSense account, and you can connect your AdSense account to as many different sites as you want. Okay? You can even connect it to YouTube if you make YouTube videos, which we'll teach you about some other time. Okay, so let me teach you the very most basic thing you need to know about this Google AdSense when you get in here. Okay, you're going to come over here to where it says My Ads at the top, all right? So I'm going to click My Ads. Okay, and this will show me a list of my separate ads that I have on different websites. Right now there's only 3 listed here. Tonight I'm going to create 3 new ads to put on my strawberry site, okay? So let's do it. I'm going to go here to this button right here, Create New Ad or New Ad Unit, okay? I'm going to click on that. You guys see that okay? And I'm going to name this ad because I want to know where this ad shows up on my site, because over time I can track the performance of this ad. So you know what I'm going to call this ad? This is going to be my top of, we're going to say, well, let's decide where we want this ad to go. Maybe we should talk about that first before I actually create the ads. So a couple of rules about creating ads on, or AdSense ads on a website. Number one, you can only have 3 displaying ads on one given page. Okay, so in other words, I can't have a single page of a website that has 25 Google AdSense ads showing up. They don't like that. They limit it for a reason. They want the main interest and focus of your site to be your content, not ads. So they say, hey, on a given page, you can put up as many ads as you want, but we're only going to display 3 of them. That's the rule. So that's fine. We're going to pick 3 places to put these ads. Now, I think, and this has been in my experience over the years, one of the best places to put an ad is right below your title. Right, I guess in between your title of your ad and then the content. So I like to put it right here at the very top. And why? Because everybody's going to see it there, right? So, and I'm going to do this for a very specific post on my site. I'm going to post this ad on Albion's strawberry patent. Okay, so that's one of my blog posts right here. This is called Albion's strawberry patent. I'm going to put a couple of ads on this page, okay? So knowing that I want to put one right here at the top, I'm also going to work one into the very bottom right here. The top and the bottom are 2 places that people will go and almost always see. And you'll recognize this about yourself. Like if you're ever reading an article, you might read like some of the stuff at the top, get bored in the middle, and scroll down to the very bottom. And so statistically, my best chances of getting people to click on my ads are going to be if I put them at the very top of the post and at the very bottom of the post, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay? All right, so here we go. So these two ads, right? Are you guys following me okay? I'm going to put these 2 ads on this specific post. So here we go. So I'm going to call this one, I'm going to look at the name. The name of this post is called Albion Strawberry Patent. So I'm going to put that first, and I'm going to say top. So that tells me this is going to be on this blog post, and it's going to be the top ad there. That way I can track its performance. Ad size, I really prefer, see now I'm given an option where I can select the size of my ads. I can do either one of these responsive ads. I can do a leaderboard, which you can see the dimensions of. I can do a large rectangular ad. I can do a large mobile banner ad, a large skyscraper, so you can kind of see the general size of these ads. I prefer this responsive one right here. And really what that means, it's recommended for all platforms. So a responsive ad is going to show up really nicely on a computer, like on a big computer monitor. It's going to show nicely on a tablet, and it's going to show up nicely on a mobile phone. And guess what, guys? Because of the way technology is moving and so much of us are on our phones all the time, you want a responsive ad so it shows up nicely on a cell phone when somebody finds my site there. So that's why I recommend choosing the responsive. Okay. So we select responsive. They recommend you display both text and display ads, and what that means is the ads that show up on your site are not only going to be text-based ads, but they're also going to be picture ads as well. They give it a mix depending on what Google wants to do. You can limit that to only display ads or only text ads, and you can test the performance of each, but generally if Google recommends text and display, I'm going to do text and display. Okay? You guys following me so far on that? Okay, now because this is kind of a basic training on Google AdSense, I'm not going to teach you some of this other stuff right now. There's some options where you can do your text ad style, and that's where you can you can make the color of the ad different. If it's text, you can sort of like match the color scheme of your site. So if you have a certain color scheme on your site, you can come down in this section and you can change the colors and etc. I think for most of you guys right now, I wouldn't mess with any of this. Just keep the default setting active. Okay. Don't mess with custom channels or backup ads, not at this point. If I were you guys, I would keep it so easy. Name it something appropriate like what we talked about. Choose a responsive style. Scroll the way down and hit save and get code. Okay? Now here's what happens. Are you guys with me so far? Questions about what we've done? Or are you good? Give me some feedback. I want to know if I'm going too fast or not. Or if there's something I should have spent a little more time on. Okay. Okay, seems like everybody's okay. All right. Now notice this really nasty looking code. This is your ad code right here. See all that? Okay, that's my ad code. So this is a special type of code that I'm going to put in over into my website. All right? So here we go. Let me copy this, okay? I'm going to copy this code, all of it. Don't try to retype it, just copy it. So I've got it copied. Now I'm going to go come back over to my WordPress site, and I'm going to paste this into my blog post. So I need to edit this individual blog post, which I'm going to do. And it takes me to this screen right here. Here's my blog post. Okay? Now what I need to do is, since this is code, I can't copy and paste it into the main body here. I need to come over here to where it says text on the far right-hand side of the screen. Can you guys see this all right? There's a text tab over there at the far right. So I'm going to click on text, okay? All right, so text is selected. Now you're going to look at this and you're going to be like, "Oh, it looks terrible. What happened to my blog post?" Well, we're just looking at the code that makes up your blog post. If I click back to visual, I'm still going to see my blog post as it should show up. Okay? But I'm doing text to show the code, and this is where I want to put it. So if I notice in the code, you'll learn to read a little bit of code, but I'm gonna press enter right here and create a little space, create a little line of space right here, and I'm gonna paste in my new code. Okay, I just pasted that in. I know that was probably hard to see, but this code right here just got pasted in to this part of my site. Okay. All right. Now let's update the blog post. Right over here at the right hand side, I'm going to hit update. All right, got it. Now I'm immediately, if you're like me, it's like, okay, I got my code in. I want to go see the ad on my site. So I go visit my site. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can see it better. There we go. Let's scroll down and find my post. Oh, there it is. And you're going to say, Trevor, my ads are broken. All I see is a yellow box. And I'm going to tell you, your ads aren't broken. That's exactly what you should see. In fact, immediately after you post the code into your blog, it'll always show up that way. It doesn't immediately show up with an ad, but I'll bet during this webinar, as we're talking here, within the next few minutes, it probably will. It usually only takes a matter of just a few minutes. They say it takes up to 24 hours, but in my experience, it's always taken 5 or 10 minutes, and then it'll show up. Okay. So there's my ad. And if I look this up on my phone right now, it's going to look really nice. It's a responsive ad. So no matter the size of the screen, the ad is going to increase or subtract in size to show up nicely so that whatever device my user is using, they're going to see the ad okay, which is important. Okay? All right, so let's create another ad. That was easy, right? So now, if you see on my screen, we have we have this new ad right here that's listed. Okay, so let's do new ad unit. And we're going to do one on this same post again. I'm going to copy the name of this post, and I'm going to paste it over here under name, and I'm going to call this one bottom, okay? Because I'm going to post it at the bottom of the site. I've already got responsive selected here. I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to hit save and get code, okay? And it's going to give me more code that looks an awful lot like my other code. Well, it's different. It's a little bit different. I'm going to copy it. Okay, which I just did, right click, copy, right, got it. And I'm going to edit my blog post again. So let's click into this blog post and let's edit the post. And I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. Remember, I'm on text. If you're on visual, switch it over to text. And we're going to create a little space at the bottom, and I'm going to paste it in. There's my code. Okay. Update. All right. Well, let's go out and see if anything's showing up yet. Scroll down and find it. Oh, yep. We've got an ad showing up. You see that, guys? Let me zoom in so you can see that better. There it is. Fruit processing plant. Capacity 60 to 2,000 for tomato pear. Okay, anyway, so it's a fruit processing plant ad that just showed up. Now, how did this ad show up, by the way? Did I have any say in what company is advertising here? I didn't, did I? In fact, I don't make this decision at all. This is what makes AdSense genius to me and so low maintenance. Google finds a company that's willing to advertise on my site, and they put them there. And they choose that company based on two things, okay? One, they look at the content of my site, and you can obviously see this is a fruit processing plant. Sure, it's kind of related to what I'm doing, right? I've got a strawberry website, so no wonder that's showing up. But number two, and you'll notice this as we do this together, the ads will display based on your personal search history. So if you went to my site today and looked at this ad, you might find that it shows up with something related to one of your recent searches. Okay, I'll explain more about that here in just a second. Let's check down at my second ad. Here's the second ad at the bottom of my post. And that's just that yellow, right, that yellow bar. So we're waiting on that to display. Let's do a third ad. One place I sometimes like to put my ads is in the navigation section right here, in a menu section, a place that shows up prominently all the time, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to go dashboard, and I want to go to appearance and widgets. And I'm going to add a widget to my widget section here. I know this sounds a little silly, but this is what you do. You add a text widget. Okay, so I'm going to drag this text widget and drop it up here in my widget area. Okay. You'll notice I have these other widgets. I have pages, I have categories, I have recent posts, and I have a search bar. If I show you my site right now, these widgets are right here. Pages widget, categories widget, recent posts widget, and a search widget down at the bottom. Okay, I'm adding a blank text widget because I want to put my Google AdSense code there. All right, so let's create another ad unit. So here we go, new ad unit. I'm going to call this top. I'm going to call this Albion Top Nav. Okay, because that's where it's showing up. That'll remind me what this ad is actually of. I'm going to use a responsive one. I'm going to scroll down and save and get code like we did before. I'm going a little faster because I know you guys have seen this before. I'm going to copy the code. I'm going to go back to my WordPress site, into my dashboard, and I'm going to go back to appearance, then widgets. Okay. I've got my text widget already added, and I'm just going to come in here to under content and paste in my code. There it is. Okay, I'm going to hit the save button now, and let's go see how it looks. All right, there we go. See that? That's a giant ad right there. See, I know that's kind of hard for you guys to see, but it's a sort of a yellow rectangle there. Now that's gonna expand and shrink based on the size of my screen. Okay, which is exactly what I want it to do. Whoops. Hold on, let me fix my screen here. All right. So let's scroll down to my post. Notice that my ad changed here at the top. I don't know what this is all about. It's a new ad, and then let's see if the bottom one is showing up. Yep, bottom ad is showing up. Now you'll notice that these ads change periodically. And so you may see ads that show up kind of consistently on your site, but you may also see ads that are brand new all the time, right? Because Google's just constantly finding people to display ads onto your site. So those are both working. Let me refresh the page. I want to see if my new ad unit is going to show up. Nope, not yet. Still just got the yellow rectangle. Now, word to the wise, right? Let's not click on our own ads. If I'm curious about this ad right here, please don't click on it. Don't have a friend click on it. If you have people click on your ads, and if you click on your own ad, you'll get kicked off of Adsense in a second, and you cannot get an account back. You get one opportunity to do AdSense, and if you screw it up, you're done. So don't go about clicking on your own ads, even out of making an honest mistake and just clicking on it on accident. That's going to be okay, right? But if they see any sort of pattern of you clicking every day, or every other day, or every couple of days, you're going to get kicked off. Don't coordinate with friends to click on ads. None of that. I know I've preached this before, but Google's too smart for that. You're not going to outsmart them by having people click on your ads. And isn't that how we make money, right? If somebody comes and clicks on this, I'm going to make money on it. Now, how much am I going to make, guys? Let me ask some of you guys that have been doing this with me for a little while. How much money do I make per click on these ads? Oh, why my screen shrunk here? For some reason I can't drag it down. Hold on just a sec. Let's see if I can increase it. There we go. Yeah, Catherine, that's right. So if you want to put your ads in the nav bar, at least on this template, you can add multiple text widgets. Correct. Kirk, I agree. Depends on the type of ads. Depends on your niche. You see this, let's look back at one of these companies. This fruit processing plant ad. You see, they're telling Google, and we don't know the numbers here, but they're telling Google they have a contract and a relationship with Google where they say, Google, we are willing to pay X amount of money per click to you. And that can vary. I mean, that could be anywhere from, 10 cents all the way up into $50 or more, right? That they're willing to pay for a single click. Now, my guess is if it's like most ads, it's probably, 60 cents up to, $2.50. That's probably the average range that you're going to be making on a click. So let's pretend for a sec that they're willing to give Google $1 of this click, okay? Well, Google is you're advertising on behalf of Google, so Google's going to basically profit share. They're going to say, well, we're going to make $1 off of this click, but since it came off of your website, we'll give you 50 cents. And so Google makes 50 cents and I make 50 cents because of this ad. There's kind of a little profit sharing going on. But I have no idea how much I'm going to make off of that, right? I'm going to see later how much I'm making off of these ads as I log into my AdSense account, but I have no idea at this point. What makes this kind of fun, though, is you're going to notice patterns. If you study your analytics, you're going to notice which ads pay out better than others. And some will. So you'll notice as you're writing content, let's say I start writing a lot of content about, since I'm doing a strawberry website, let's say I'm talking about dirt, right? What type of dirt I should be using, what type of fertilizers I should be putting into my dirt that I grow my strawberries in. I noticed that whenever somebody clicks on one of the ads on my dirt posts, for some reason I'm getting paid out a whole lot more, and that might just mean that the advertisers who are into like fertilizer and dirts are just, they're paying more money for their ads. So what would I do knowing that information, guys? I'd start writing a whole lot about fertilizer and dirt and what I should be planting my plants in. That would help steer the direction of my content. If I notice that I don't make hardly anything off talking about a certain type of strawberry, I'm going to stop talking about that strawberry and start talking about something else that pays me better. You can track that. And it may not seem like much, right? You might average like 60 cents every time somebody clicks on one of your ads. And you might say to yourself, how am I ever supposed to make any money doing that? Well, think about it though. That's just for the click. Let's say you're getting, hundreds and hundreds of people to your site each day. And let's say you're even just averaging, 10 clicks a day right now off of your site. I'm not saying that's what you guys will do right off the bat, but that would be $6 a day for the rest of your life, right? That's not very much money though. $6 times, 350 days, you'd make a couple grand a year. But what's exciting about this is as you add more content to your site, you have more articles out there, you have more opportunities for people to find your site, and you can get making a whole lot more money than that. In fact, there are people, and it's not some like crazy exception, there's not just a few people, there are a lot of people that solely make an income off of this right here, these Google AdSense ads. So it's something to get excited about. You'll hear a lot of people that are like, oh, you can't make much money with AdSense. Well, that's because they don't know what they're doing, and they never really stuck with a plan like this. If you stick with a plan like this, you can make pretty good money doing it. Okay, well, guys, does that make sense? Let's see if my ad is showing up. Let me refresh my page here. Yep, there we go. Now I've got an ad here. This is one of those ads. You'll see this a little bit that puts out a bunch of links. Look, Wayfair is advertising here. I'm not sure why. I think I was on Wayfair earlier this week, wayfair.com, and so now their ads are showing up. Right? Google knows a lot about me as an internet user. So, this is a good one. I actually ordered flowers for my wife like a month and a half ago. And so I bet this is stemming from the fact that Google knows that I did just that, and now they're advertising flowers to me. And it's interesting stuff, right? It's a little creepy how much Google actually knows about you guys. But it is what it is, right? Google's going to use that information to help them advertise, and it helps us. So there you go, guys. There's the ads on my site right there. Now that I've got ads on my website, what do I do now? Well, I should be putting ads in all of my blog posts, just like this. I should be adding lots of blog posts. When you talk about marketing a blog, marketing for a blog is really just creating good content, or at least that's part of it. So if I have 7 or 8 blog posts right now, I should set up a regular schedule and say I'm going to do 2 blog posts a week or whatever, and that's going to be a big part of my marketing and promotion. It's just creating more content. And then while I'm doing that, I'm going to work on some other marketing, which we'll teach about as we go on. But that's it. Now we got to just drive traffic to the site, try to get people in here, try to get them clicking on our ads, and that's how we're going to make money off of this. Now there's some other advertising opportunities that I'm going to teach you guys about that we can incorporate into this, but this should help you guys make sense of Google AdSense. Okay. Later on, we'll do more training about the dashboard here, about performance reports. There's a way you can watch to see how well your ads are doing. We'll talk about all of that as we go along. Any last questions before we finish up? And yes, Catherine, I think I just basically answered that. You said, besides AdSense, can you add other advertisers to the same post? Yes, you can. AdSense doesn't have the exclusive right. Although I tell you guys, before you add other advertisers, make sure you get your AdSense account first. Apply and get AdSense set up first, and then go out and get other advertisers. Okay. Any other final questions? You guys feel? I know a lot of you guys aren't here. We took that poll at the start. Only 10% of you guys felt like this was relevant to you right now. But do you feel like if you had an AdSense account, you could effectively get these ads onto your WordPress site? Because if you can say yes to that, then I think we were successful tonight. Nope, they won't, Catherine. Catherine says if we participate in other affiliate programs after we set up with AdSense, will they have a problem with AdSense? No, not typically. AdSense is kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to affiliate marketing ads. Other people aren't going to have a problem with that. Oliver says, so if someone clicks on the ad and then buys the product, do you get a cut? No. That you're only getting paid off of just the click. So it goes both ways. Whether somebody clicks and buys or clicks and does not buy, you're getting paid the same either way. There are other types of ads that require a click and a buy to get a cut, but these ads, it's just the click, no matter what the person does. Rick, for you, Rick says the direction I am going with my blog. Should I become more informational as I go, or stay really personal? I would find a healthy balance of both. There was a time where I started a blog and I started it very personally, and I got a really big following early on because people liked me. They liked how they could relate to me. I sounded like a real person. And then later on, I tried to just do. I basically quit being so personal and I went super generic all the time, and I started to struggle. I lost a bunch of readers. So I think there's a balance there, Rick. You want to have it. You want people to hear your voice in your writing, and know that you're a real person, but it should also be informational too. Okay, good. Good feedback, guys. Well, let's finish up then. Thank you for coming tonight. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and good luck with your AdSense. We'll do it again next week. See you guys.